It's a wave that missed a quickie, oh yeah.
Last month, we talked a bit about the woman taken in adultery. The biblical story we all know and love where Jesus says to the woman's accusers, "He that is without sin among you, let him cast the first stone." In the comments of that video, a number of people posted a popular joke where, having said those words, a large rock is suddenly hurled at the woman's head, sending her to the ground. To which Jesus responds, "Damn it, Mom, let's take a step back and go over some Christian theology real quick, some of which is more Catholic than Christian. We are all born, according to Christians, tainted by the original sin of Adam and Eve. We are sinful from our very first breath, or from conception, if you prefer. We also incur, over the course of our lives, personal sins. My collection is quite impressive, and I work on it daily. I have some sinning planned for later this evening. It's just who I am. #sinner. This idea of original sin is agreed upon by almost all mainstream Christian denominations, but Catholics believe that along with Jesus, Mary was also exempted from the original sin of Adam and Eve. Catholics even go so far as to say that Mary remained free from sin, both original and personal, for the entirety of her life. This was codified in 1943 by Pope Pius XII in the encyclical Mystici Corporis Christi. #late to the game. This makes me wonder why we even needed Jesus. If a sinless life was required to end the curse of Adam's sin, which brought both physical and spiritual death, couldn't Mary, with her sinlessness, just, have jumped off a cliff or something? And why are we all worshiping Jesus, who maintained his sinlessness by being fully God and fully human, when Mary did the same exact thing with nothing more than her humanity? Will the misogyny never end? But here's the part that really makes me wonder about our species, our intelligence in particular. And remember, I was a believer for decades, so I'm not exempting myself from this critique. But here we have billions and billions of Christians over the course of the last 2 millennia thinking that they're saved from the effects of sin because Jesus, with his sinless life, conquered death, both physical and spiritual. And no one, not a single human living or dead, has ever had any evidence, let alone proof, that Jesus was indeed without sin. How would anyone even know whether Jesus led a sinless life? Just think of how willing people are to believe things. Swallow a fecal ton of absolute nonsense without any evidence whatsoever. Without sin? Really? Where is the proof? You don't think Jesus ever slipped going up the stairs, banged his shin, and let out a spontaneous "God damn it"? He certainly embarrassed the Pharisees with that "he that is without sin among you" comment. Did you know that it's a sin to embarrass others? You're not supposed to bear a grudge either, but isn't hell just a born grudge on steroids? You're not allowed to attempt contact with the dead, but Jesus raised people from the dead. For all we know, Jesus bowled on Shabbos.
I don't roll on Shabbos.
This level of gullibility in our species is why someone like Joseph Smith was able to tell people that the ancient papyrus he'd bought just happened to contain the writings of, Father Abraham. Yeah, that's the ticket. And then tell them that he was able to translate said writings with God's help, just like he did the Book of Mormon, in which one's repentance removes the curse of darkened skin, making the sinner white and delightsome again. Oy. For the record, I was kidding earlier about being a sinner. I have no plans to sin later this evening. In fact, I avoid sin like the plague, which is why I, too, am entirely without sin. My mom likewise being exempted from the original sin of Adam and Eve, 2 imaginary literary figures who never actually existed. #mytho-history. Once again, I'm me. Thanks for watching.